welcome to Tasmania. Last you saw me, I was in Melbourne, but a lot has happened since then. So from Melbourne I actually went to Sydney for New Year's Eve and then back to Melbourne. And then the plan was to take the boat, the ferry from Melbourne to Devonport, because I really wanted to take my own car here and then drive around. I would have probably had about 3 weeks had I done that. Apparently the ferry sails out 6 months in advance. I checked in December, everything for cars, for vehicles, not passengers only, but like vehicles, sold out until May. So that wasn't an option, which meant that I had two options. I could either skip Tasmania, which doesn't make sense for me because I need to be in Melbourne at the end of the month, or I could fly here and rent a car, which kind of sucks because not only am I paying for parking in Melbourne, but I'm also paying for a rental car. It's not going to be 3 weeks, I've got 10 days to cram everything into there. We're going to try to see and do as much as possible, but I think I'm going to have to accept that I can't see and do everything in just 10 days. I'm going to be honest, there's not an awful lot to do here in Hobart, but let me show you some of the things that I've seen today.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run.
Good morning from Tasmania. It's been a wild ride so far. Hobart, I showed you a little bit of Hobart. It's nice, but there's not an awful lot to do there. Then yesterday I picked up this rental car and I drove all the way to Cradle Mountain. Now, because I'm paying for a rental car and I've still got my own car parked at Melbourne Airport, which I'm also paying for, I thought let me go budget and let me sleep in this car. It's not going to be comfortable, but like I'll manage because I'm not gonna, buy camping gear. That would have been fine had it not been for the fact that it is between, last night was 6 degrees, this morning it was 4 degrees. I don't think I have ever been that cold for that long of a period of time in my entire life. Like, never. So I started driving a little earlier than I should have because the visitor center isn't actually open right now. But that just meant that I could drive in a car where I could put the heating on, and I warmed up a little bit, but still kind of cold.
River's gonna cry when you're gone.
I've made it to Hobart. It is beyond cold, like, this is insane. I knew that it would be underprepared for hiking. I just didn't think it would be hiking in this much. So as much as I would love to do the entire hike around Dove Lake, I think I'm gonna go to the and then I might just see smaller little hikes or viewpoints that I can so far, because so the rain is only going to get worse. Surprisingly, up top at the peak it's sunny, but I'm not doing that hike. And I don't want to get caught somewhere in a rainstorm in the middle of nowhere on my own while hiking. So even though this is just a short walk around the lake, which I don't want to do weather-wise anyways because I'm like too cold, but I also don't think that I would have done it otherwise, because if I get stuck somewhere and the weather's only going to get worse, I don't want to do that. But if you plan on coming here, I think it's $29.80 for the entrance, like the national park ticket, and then included in that is the $15 that you pay for the shuttle bus. You can also buy a, I think it's $98, which is a national park pass for about 2 months, I believe, and you will still have to pay for the $15 for the bus, but that will get you into all national parks here in Tasmania. So if you plan on coming here, staying for a while longer and knowing that you're going to do multiple parks, I think 3 or 4, if you do 3 or 4 national parks, it's already more affordable to just get the multiple pass. So yeah, just if you're ever here, then just get that one.
river's gonna cry when you're, the river's gonna cry when you're gone.
So if you go left, you will reach Glacier Rock, which is a 20-minute return, but if you go right, you'll reach the boat shed, which is also a 20-minute return. So I'm gonna check that one out to get some good views from the other side without having to walk the entire circle.
Hey, I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climb.
There's a bit of blue skies every now and then, so I'm hoping the weather will turn out to be better, but for now I am heading back to the bus stop and figuring out where I want to go next, because you pay $15 for unlimited bus rides, so you might as well use it. Now, since I'm seeing more blue skies, there is a walk, I suppose, not really a hike, that the guy at the entrance told me about. He said that it should take about an hour, and it goes past a point called Wombat Point. If there's one thing that I really wanted to see here at Cradle Mountain, it is wombats, so I might look into doing that.
12 years old, feel the wind and watch the river run, and the sun would always shine.
I've made it to Ronny Creek. The sun's come out a little bit. I'm still not the warmest, but it's getting so much better. The rain stopped, so that's perfect. And I'm going to do the overland trek from here, because supposedly you should be able to see a lot of animals, including wombats. Although they are more active in the afternoon, there's a higher chance of seeing them, but we're still gonna try and hope we see them. But I think most of the way is the boardwalk. There might be some steps along the way, and once you reach the end, before turning back, there's like a little rainforest walk. So I think I'm gonna do both as long as the weather's still good. So I had a really funny talk with my bus driver from Dove Lake to Ronny Creek, but he also informed me that it's currently 1 degree, which is probably why I'm so cold, but the sun's out, so can't complain too much.
When we sat there, you and I, the river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're.
It is absolutely stunning here, but I've just realized that I've spent the last hour walking the overland track instead of going to Waldheim, which was my intended destination. I'm not going to continue because that's way too long of a walk. So I'm going to go back, and if I can manage to find the direction for Waldheim, I will still go there. If not, I will return to Ronny Creek, and I think as far as like little short hikes go, that might be it. But the morning here's been absolutely fantastic. Also, it's about lunchtime, plus I didn't bring any water, which is on me. So yeah, I think I might be ready to call it a day. You can definitely spend a lot longer here, multiple days, especially if you do the big hikes. Now, due to my knees, I'm unable to do any of the big hikes, and the weather is better than I thought it would be, better than expected, but come prepared. That's all I'm gonna say. Come prepared. Bring the right clothing, enough layers, bring food and water. Basically do everything that I didn't do. But let's go see if we can even find the way back. A lot of people say that Tasmania reminds them of New Zealand. Now, I've never been to New Zealand, so I can't really compare it to that. But if I had to compare it to anything, the whole vibe reminds me of Patagonia. The weather, for one, because the weather in Patagonia was good, but not great when I was there. The fact that you go hiking in national parks, I always associate that with Patagonia for some reason. The mountains, the landscape, the fact that you get shuttled around to different hikes, like, I don't know, it's just so far it reminds me a lot of Patagonia, but I guess Patagonia kind of reminds people of New Zealand as well, so kind of makes sense. I see a wombat. I don't want to scare it off. It's so cute.
It's Don't you want to leave this place where we grew up? This old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
I'm so happy I saw at least one. I was hoping for one. So cute. Found a sign to the right direction. It's only 10 more minutes, so I think I'm gonna do it. And then from there we can take the bus back as well. I saw a wombat. It's so adorable. So happy.
River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone.
I see. So cute. Also, I have no idea where the bus stop is. There's no signs, so I'm gonna wait here. If it's not here, might have to walk back. We'll see. Good morning from Tasmania. It is a new day here and I feel so much better than yesterday because I slept in a bed, I was warm, I had a hot shower and the sun is shining today, so already lots and lots better than yesterday, as fun as yesterday was. Although it is quite warm right now, I don't think it'll be hot in Cradle Mountain, just because the guy at the visitor center said that the weather in the mountain is so unpredictable, so you could have blue skies just away from the mountains, but once you're in it, it could be rainy and cloudy and everything like that. So I'm not too sad about the fact that it was raining yesterday and now it's good weather, because chances are it's still raining there today. As for the plan this morning, I drove all the way to Bay of Fires, which is where I am right now. I've just made it to the conservation area and it looks absolutely stunning. Like, I thought blue water, white sandy beaches was just WA, but it seems to be Tasmania too. So let's go check it out. Absolutely stunning. Now this is the view at the gardens, and the Bay of Fire is actually pretty big, so I'm gonna go back down south to, I think it's called Binalong Bay, which is also where Skeleton Bay Reserve is, which is another thing that I really wanted to do today. And if we can find an entrance for a cozy corner on the way there that I can access with a rental car that is not a 4-wheel drive, then we will also go there. My mistake, that wasn't quite the gardens. I've driven just like a minute down the road to the gardens. Let's go check out this one. The other one was just a spot along the way. Not sure if there's a big difference, but let's go check it out. Now this is more like it. Absolutely stunning. The sand is nice and white. Absolutely insane. Like, I knew WA had this, but I did not think Tasmania would. Stunning. So Bay of Fires actually stretches all the way from Binalong Bay up to a place called Eddystone. There are many beaches you can spot along the way, but the 3 main ones that I want to stop at is the gardens, which is where I was just now. Gorgeous, 10 out of 10. Cozy Point, if I can manage to find the entrance. And then Binalong Bay itself, a place called Skeleton Bay Reserve, but it's all pretty much in the same town, same area. And after that, I think that'll have to be it, because since I don't have my actual car and I'm renting a car, I don't have as much time as I would have had, because I'm not renting the car for the full period. I have to make some choices. This is one of the choices that I have to make, so just one day in this area. Welcome to Cozy Corner. Let's go check it out. So the name Bay of Fires comes from the fact that there's all of these red rocks, and I gotta say it looks really incredible. Very pretty, but not extremely more pretty than the other one. So let's go to Binalong Bay and see what there is to offer there. I did book myself a hostel in Swansea, I believe, which is like another 2 hours from Binalong Bay. So I do have some driving to do this afternoon, solely because I don't want to repeat of the night before last. Do I think it'll be warmer? I do, because when I slept in my car it was 1 degree, and now it says that during the night it'll be about 12 degrees. So I think that will be a lot more comfortable, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want to say consider me traumatized, but consider me done with sleeping in the car until I get back. I've got my rooftop tent, my own stuff, you know, little blanket, pillows, stuff like that. So I found a, it's still not kind of expensive still, but I found a hostel. There's even a little viewpoint, so let's go check it out. While it does look really pretty, the water here isn't as blue as it is like further north, I suppose. I think I'm looking at Cozy Corner, like that stretch of beach. The water there looks absolutely blue. Here it's a bit more murky, but it's stunning nonetheless. It is the end of my time here at Bay of Fires, and I think had I had more time, like the amount of time that I had initially planned to be in Tasmania, I would have done so much more in this region. And I definitely think if you've got more time, definitely check out more of the beaches along the way. So far I'd say the Gardens was definitely my favorite. So I am going to drive 2 hours south to a place called Swansea, check into my hostel, and that'll be it.